Good afternoon, beautiful people. So, this Grant Plattner situation is a mess. Establishment Democrats are having their I told you so moment. And right now is not the time. It's not the time to be saying I told you so, or to thinking that, okay, just because um, a bad candidate was picked for the progressive, um, the vetting red flags was there all along, but they, for some reason, could not see past this. Maine voters have their say, and that's who they picked, but blinders was on when it came down to this candidate, and that's not to say that we shouldn't um, start still pushing for the status quo. Still should not be. We should not still go back to the norm for status quo. That's not going to do it. I'm not for the ageism either, as well. I don't care if the candidates are progressive, moderate, old, young, um, Muslim, white, black, um, whatever. I don't care when it comes down to Democrats. I do, however, need to think that we need to stop saying, I just want to win, no matter what. Because I don't want to win no matter what. I don't want to be like the other party. I don't want us to be like the other party. And I don't want us to say that anybody is okay to put in office, as long as we could beat the Republicans. Um, person, character does matter. Values matters. Um, so those things does matter, and it should not go out the window. Um, we need to just make sure that we have, whoever we're running as a candidate, that they believe in accountability for Donald Trump and his administration, that we are going to make things affordable for everyday people, for American people, um, livable wages, health care, whether it's free or affordable. I just want Medicare. I'm sorry, I just want health care for everyone. And I do want Medicare for the elderly, but I want health care for everyone. However they go about doing it, I don't care. I just think that health care is a right and everyone should have it. Um, I also want to make sure that we stop giving money to Israel. I really feel like we need to stop funding. It is a genocide over there that's happening in Gaza. We're funding a genocide, and we need to stop that. So these are things that I feel like should be on anyone's platform in a Democratic Party, no matter whether you're on the left end of the spectrum or the right end of the spectrum or the center for as the Democratic Party. These are things that just matters. And nothing, um, it shouldn't be one thing or nothing at all or whatever. It's like we feel like sometimes that I have like we can't do everything. We can do all of those things. I'm sorry, we can. And I just think that we need people that's gonna fight for those things. And I don't I don't care whether they're 70 or 27. You know, if you say that this is what you're gonna fight for, and you use all of these words and you say out loud that these is what you're gonna fight for, then you know, then my thing is, those are the people that we need in office. Those are the ones that we need to be um, fighting to put there. Also, making sure these billionaires pay their fair share. Making sure that we get all of this money um, out of politics, out of campaign. You know, right now it's about who could put the most money in and buying a candidate a seat, basically. And instead of about what the voters or the people of that city or that town or that state want, or the people of this country want. So, like I said, the signs were there for Plattner. Didn't want to see it, but they were there. And I'm not saying that uh, everyone is guilty before, before you, before you even have a chance to prove your case. That's not what I'm saying. Or I'm not saying that all victims or women who come forward are telling the truth and their word is bond and we should believe it no matter what evidence is out there or whatever. No, what I'm saying is anybody who comes forward should be taken seriously, need to be looked into. And I'm sorry, there's people, as a survivor, there's women and individuals that tell their story that like, it's like when you hear them and they speaking and they're telling the story, it's things in your soul that is shaken and it's so relatable that you can't even explain it. And I just think that we need to do a better process as far as vetting individuals and making sure we're hearing victims' story when they come forward and taking them seriously. I'm not saying that he's guilty, but there are certain individuals, when you hear their story as a survivor, you can relate to some parts, their voice, the way they speak, details, and the way they come across, I guess, is just believable, relatable. It's like, it's no denying it. And I think he needs to drop out the race so that the Maine people, because I don't live in Maine, so that the Maine voters can have a chance to have another candidate put in that spot, so that they can beat Collins. I'm sorry, Susan Collins, because she needs to go. She's a traitor, first of all, to all women. And she's been there forever. And she is no longer, she's serving the people. She's only serving her own self-interest. To me, she's too big of a flip-flopper. She never sticks to anything. But that's another story. Like I said, I'm not a vain voter. But those people do deserve a chance to get somebody in there. But like I said, Plattner is not we don't need to think that just because Plattner didn't work out that, okay, we need to go back to the status quo. No, we don't need to go back to the status quo. And like I said, we don't necessarily need everyone in there who is progressive. That's not what I'm saying. Just like I'm not saying that everyone has to be young. We need people that's going to represent all spectrums of the Democrat Party. We need to make sure that everyone has a seat at that table. Not only a seat at the table, but who's being heard. Because you want to let them have a seat at the table, but you want to tell them, okay, you're here. That's good enough. That's, you don't get to say anything, bring nothing, ideas up or anything like that. You don't get a say, basically. You have a place, but you don't have a say. No, we don't need that either. We don't need just a body. We need individuals that's actually going to do the work as well. So, like I tell y'all, stay woke, and if you're sleeping, wake the hell up. Like always, I'm a little country, I'm a little chic, and I'm always keep it street. I'll try to make sure that I'm more consistent on posting videos. I've been a little inconsistent, so sorry. I was supposed to get better, but I'm working on it. I'm working everything, trying to balance everything out. So, to get better, to start posting more content, and just to try to talk to people and engage with you guys. But you guys have a great day, and until next time.